Hello and good afternoon, guys. Welcome to MK Convenience Brokerage. My name is Mohammed. In this video, I'm going to explain to you how to properly fill out a Schedule C for tax returns. So, a lot of times, a lot of people ask me for how to fill out a Schedule C. For those of you that don't know what a Schedule C is, Schedule C is for those individuals that want to do individual returns for businesses. It could be, for example, if you're a sole proprietor, if you have a store, you don't have a lot of partners, you're by yourself, you could do a Schedule C return. And it's very simple, and which I'm going to explain to you in a little while. I'm going to show you the generally which information you need. We're going to try to minimize as little information that you might need just for me to show you what exactly you want to file a Schedule C business return. The program that I'm using is Pro Series. If you're using different programs, obviously different programs work with different structure. I highly recommend Pro Series. Pro Series is very good, to be honest with you, and it's very easy to negotiate. The servicing is very good. If you don't have any, if you don't know any answer to question, you can contact support. Support can help you out. Believe it or not, I've had some situations as a beginner tax preparer where I had to use Pro Series, and I've used them for multiple times. And believe it or not, they've come through a lot when I needed them the most. So I do highly recommend them. I'm not getting anything from them, just a disclaimer. But I like them as much as I do. I do like them very much, and it does help out a big time. So, with all ado, let's get started. I'll add a couple of W-2s and 1099s over here as well, just for you guys to get the feel of it. So let's use this for example. Let's say John Doe, a single grocery store owner, wants to file taxes. So the first thing you need to do, obviously, is pedigree information. Let's use his name, John, or John, whatever, Doe. Let's say his social security number. Obviously, the system is good at it. If you make up a social security number, the system will tell you this is not a valid social security number. So I'll just make some random numbers up, and there you go. Occupation, obviously, we said he's an owner of a business. Okay. Obviously, if he has a spouse, common sense. If he does have a spouse, it's gonna be what? Let me show you. So if he has a spouse, it's gonna be married filing jointly. If he's single, it's gonna be single. If they're married filing separately, which happens, some people are married filing separately, you will choose that. If that person is a head of household, meaning that he has children that he's claiming, then it's a head of household. If a qualified widower, obviously it's qualified widower. Whatever it is, we just plug in whatever they go to. Usually the best person to know is your client. So make sure you ask those questions. So for argument's sake, we're going to go with single. Date of birth, let's put January 1st, 2000. Again, I'm making stuff up. Date of death, again, that's going to be going with qualifying widower, the option that I showed you on the bottom. If you do have a qualifying widower, automatically the screen will turn red and will tell you what was the date of death. Email address, if they have it, not phone number. Again, if you have it, so let's say, I don't know, let me make a number up, 222. Perfect. Cell phone, home phone, if they have it, obviously put it in. Best contact phone number, let's say work phone. Perfect. As you can see, this is lighting up red. So maybe I did something. Single, let me do it again. So see that? I did make a mistake. As you can see, I double checked my mistake and I went back and it's still red. That means I did something wrong. As you can see, what I did wrong is his best contact phone number. Let's click on this. Taxpayer cell phone. As you can see, taxpayer actually works its work phone. Now the red mark is gone. So the program is good at it. So obviously, like I said, I made a mistake. I put spouse work, spouse cell, and it made me go over there. And now it's telling me red. I looked at my mistake. I went on the bottom and I saw maybe I did this, which again was telling me this was red. I saw that was not it. I clicked on single and went on top again. You always check for whenever I file somebody's taxes, I always try to double check. Sometimes if you are becoming so busy, it's hard to double check, but I always like to double check everything just in case. So I go on the bottom, U.S. address, again, address, city, zip, whatever it is. So let's say 221, 2221. No. Where? Street, city, let's put anywhere. Hopefully the program will not kick me back. Let's say Jersey. I'm gonna make up a zip code 11221. Alright, it didn't catch that. Oh, actually it did, as you can see. Let me just make it New York. Maybe I can bypass New York. Shoot. Alright, it worked. At least I worked in New York. Obviously the program knows which zip code is what. So if you have, like I said, I was making a zip code in Jersey. That the zip code didn't exist in Jersey, in all the Jersey state. So again, procedures is very good. I highly recommend it. Foreign address. Check this box to use for foreign address. Now, people live foreigners. Let's say if somebody is working in a Middle Eastern country, but they want to file taxes, their address will be foreign address. Again, that's going to help them out if they want to file taxes. Maybe they might be getting a refund or not, whatever the case is. Some people want to file taxes. But we got to understand something. When you do foreign taxes, you got to make sure what income they're making, what it is, how is it tax deductible. There's a lot of questions involved when it comes to foreign taxes. So more or less likely, 99% of the time, this is not going to be like that. But there might be one or two clients that might be foreigners and you might need them. Go with according to that. Federal filing status, again, the one I just showed you right now, all these steps, it depends what your client is. So make sure you ask these questions to your clients. Part 3 is dependent/earned income credit, child and dependent care credit information. Again, all this information over here if they have dependents or if they have children. Because obviously if you have children, you get tax credit, they give you the money and everything. For argument's sake, for this one, we didn't do that because I just want to show you the Schedule C. I do have another video. I went by everything step by step. I'm just trying to do a quick tutorial on the Schedule C form. So for this, we'll leave it blank. We'll imagine the guy is single, he has a business, that's it. Earned income credit is a taxpayer or spouse qualifying child for earned income credit for another person, or, well, no. Was taxpayer home in the United States for more than half of 2021? Well, yes. If not, then obviously it becomes, a little bit of an issue because where were you then? But more or less likely it's going to be yes. Usually check any that apply. Again, if it applies, yes. If not, then leave it blank. For argument's sake, for our situation scenario, we don't have to do anything. This again is going to be enter preparer code. So whatever preparer code you have, you'll enter it over there. So for example, this is one, but you'll have multiple preparers with multiple codes. So it depends. Obviously, I'm leaving all this blank because you're gonna click on federal return electronically and obviously state return electronic. See, when I click on state, as you can see, it clicks on New York State. When you buy Pro Series, they give you a lot of packages. Obviously my packages is simple, but if you're gonna be the person that's gonna be filing about 100 returns for different states, you're probably gonna be buying more returns. So when you click on that, they might give you an option what other states you want. So for argument's sake, I just went with New York State. Electronic filing of Form 114, all these amendments and everything. Again, we're not doing amendments. I'm just showing you simple. We're gonna skip over every single thing. We're just gonna go over the Schedule C. So again, all this will be talked about in my other videos. Well, there is a video you can check out. I did go over step by step. I don't want to go over in this right now. Again, it's a lot to talk about, and I'm trying to make it simple and quick as possible. So let's go to Schedule C. Again, all these stuff over here is what you're going to be looking for. So automatically, we're going to go to Schedule C. So let's see where Schedule C is over here. Oh, look at that. On the right-hand side of the screen, it says business rental income. There's a couple of them. It's Schedule C, Schedule E, Schedule F, 4835, 1099 miscellaneous, 1099G. These are some of the business rental farm incomes that you'll probably encounter. More or less likely 1, 2, and the 1099 miscellaneous and G. These are the ones. I've never seen this one, anyone. Farm income or farm rental income. I never dealt with them. Probably never will deal with them. But if you do come upon them, this is what it is. So we're going to click on this. Once you click on this, it gives you an option on the right hand side, add more. So maybe you want to add more. It depends. If not, then we'll leave it blank. So argument's sake, again, we're going to go over here. So as you can see, the profit or loss from business is Schedule C. The name that I've named and the social security number that I just made up. Is this activity a qualified trade or business under Section 199A? More or less likely, that will be a yes. Again, all this is automatically clicked on. Is this business operated by taxpayer? Yes. Is it operated by spouse? Maybe. I don't know. It depends. Well, obviously, we don't have a spouse. It's going to be yes. So we're going to go over here. Is the business was operated jointly by taxpayer and spouse? Maybe it was jointly, depends. But if not, we're just going to leave it blank over here. We're going to go on the bottom. Principal, business, or profession, including product or services. We're going to put down, I don't know, John Grocery Store. Whatever. John Grocery Store. All right. Enter principal business code. Now, this is an IRS code. Now, if you can't find the code, you could just quick zoom, and it gives you all the stuff with the codes over here. So, what I usually do is a little bit of a shortcut. You know, some people might like it, some people might not. It depends. What I'll do is I'll go on Google and I put down grocery store IRS code, and it will give me the 5 and 6 digit code that I need to plug it in over here. But if you're not going to be doing that, then you go and manually look for it. So manually we could look for it, I don't know, let's say food and beverage stores. Quick zoom. What is it? Beer, wine, liquor store, fish, fruit, grocery stores. Here it is. And when I click on that, voila, it's done. But again, this is like a manual. You can look for every single one. But if you want to do a shortcut, then do what I do. Go on Google, type in that, and then do it from there. So once that's done, business name, whatever it is, you put it again. Again, you could just copy and paste the same thing over here. This is basically saying what the product or service. You could say it's like a grocery store over here, actually. Should be a grocery store. Technically. The business name should have been over here. John Grocery Store. EIN number, they should have it. Obviously, most people will have an EIN number, so for us, we'll leave it blank because we don't need it. I'm just showing you, but you do need an EIN number. Most people that have a business will have an EIN number. Now, once you have that, again, business address, you plug in the basic information. You need the business street address, city, state, and zip, whatever the business is. Foreign country, again, we can leave it blank. We're not doing foreigners. We're just doing the businesses that are located in the United States. So, again, a federal return is universal. What state you are, you're going to be doing the same exact thing. So the video is not only going towards people that want a tax filing in New York State. I'm showing you federally. I'm not going to show the state. The state is going to be another video. So everything that I'm showing you is going to be federally. Most of the time, whatever you do federal returns, automatically is going to transfer to the state that you're doing. But for this video, I'm just going to show you the federal return. I will have multiple videos of other stuff, like for federal, for state, for stuff like that. So for now, let's just do this for as of now. How do they pay you? Well, guess what? If you own a business, you're not going to pay yourself a check. You're most likely going to get cash. Did you materially participate in the operation of the business during 2021? Well, yes, because I'm the owner of the store. If you started or acquired this business during 2021, checkbox. Well, guess what? I'm not going to answer that. Did you make any payments in 2021 that would require you to file Form 1099? Well, guess what? I was a store owner and I don't need that, so the answer will be no. If it is, then did I file Form 1099? Obviously, I'm an owner and I don't have to do 1099s. That's only possible if somebody did give me a 1099. That's basically if you're giving other people 1099. But you're not doing that. You're just doing this as a single individual. Whatever your gross receipts. So let's say you make $45,000 for the year, and you're gonna go down all the way down. You could obviously read through it and everything. That's what basically you want. Again, there's for 1099 miscellaneous, 1099 NEC, all the stuff is everything, it's different, so keep in mind. 1099K, where is this at? This over here is basically, you know how sometimes you have credit cards and you charge people for credit cards, you get a 1099K in the end of the year, so that's what 1099K is. You go in the bottom. Oh, now this part. Again, this part 2 is expenses. Enter expense for business use of the home only on line 30. So again, to all these worksheets and everything are going towards what we're about to show you right now. So advertisement. So as we see, we made about $45,000. John made about $45,000 for the year. Now you could show expenses, legal expenses. What do I mean by that? You obviously, there's no way on earth that you have a store and you didn't have some type of loss. You will have a loss. Like let's say if you have fridges and they broke apart, or you had a vehicle for business and you had to use gas, mileage, tolls, and everything. You're gonna be showing expensive. You have to show expensive. They go by the mileage, they go by the rates and everything. So keep that in mind. So repair and maintenance is one of them. Let's say you were like I said again, same example, you're the owner of the grocery store. I have about 10 fridges, and one of them fridge just blew up, and all my stuff and everything got, spoiled. And it cost about $3,400 for the expense to fix. So that's repair and maintenance. As you can see, once I do that, it already shows the expenses that I made, and my income just went down below. And guess what? Now all of a sudden, the supplies, it just cost me $6,500 to get the supplies. Again, I'm just making these numbers up. As you can see in the left-hand side of the screen, the income is going down now. So again, I'm gonna show the expensive, and as you see, the federal tax deal is gonna be changing it. So it's like $9,900 expensive. Well, guess what? If I'm in the store business, what am I doing? Think about it. I'm gonna be paying insurance, right? Then more or less likely I will be in insurance. My insurance costs about $2,541. Again, your federal tax deal went down below. Advertising. Well, guess what? When my first store opened, I paid about $250 for this guy to advertise my stuff. What else do I have? Depletion. Depletion is whenever you lose your value in the stuff and everything. Well, every year I might lose some value. I like $2,500. I lost my value in the other stuff and everything because now my fridge that costs around $1,000 now. Guess what? It's like $600-$500. So it's costing less. What else? What else? Travel and meals. Travel, well, not grocery store guy doesn't really travel, but if you were a type of person that might travel, that might be it. Taxes and license. Well, guess what? It's not cheap to file grocery store taxes, especially with multiple LLCs. It might cost you around $2,000 just to do that. For again, this one is an individual. You don't have a partner or anything. It's cheaper. But if you do have multiple partners, everything, your taxes and license fee is going to be expensive. But as you can see, these are some of the things that I could, obviously add up on everything. Car and truck expenses. Whenever you do that, let's say for example $200. If you do have a vehicle in that, you will end up doing another form for that, but more or less likely for now you might not have to. But if you do have car and truck expenses, they want to know. Vehicle matchup equipment. As you can see, the list goes on. Employer benefit, employee health insurance, if you've been paying it. It's a lot of stuff. Utilities, a lot of times, guess what? You might be paying utilities in a business. You might add that up as well. But it's just an example. Just make sure whenever you do this, hopefully it will pertain to you, whatever you're doing. If you are, again, using another example, if you are an insurance broker, or agent for Allstate, you might have equipment and stuff like that, but your expenses might not be the same as showing the expenses of a guy in a grocery store or showing expenses as a TLC driver. Again, when you're a TLC driver, guess what? You got more expensive. You're going to show oil because that's your business. You're going to show mileage expenses. You're going to show tolls. You're going to show gas, car wash, items. List goes on and on and on. Again, for car and truck expenses, I really can't show over here because the grocery store doesn't have a car. Unless you're using a vehicle for that purposes, again, it's different. But other than that, you don't have to. Legal and professional fee, guess what? You might need to use legal and professional fee as well. As you can see, on and on over here. And obviously, again, now your income is $18,000. Your federal tax due is becoming less from $6,000. It just went down to $2,413 that you owe. It would have went less. It would have showed you investments at risk, or it would have showed you some investment is at risk. Depends. Again, this investment is not at risk because obviously this technically nothing's at risk because you did make profit and everything. But a lot of times, if you go negatives, this will light up red, 32A and 32B, basically saying that, bro, your investment is about to be at risk, or some of your investments are at the risk. Whatever it is, you just basically go with it. This will usually, like I said, you don't need to go through all this. The simple ones I'm showing, but that's what I'm showing you on top is what you need to do most. When you replace your vehicle for service, again, remember how I showed you what I showed you up on top with the vehicle? Let's do this for now. Let's say 1201-2000. Again, businesses, I don't know, grocery store. It's not letting me. Strange. Oh. They were asking for the total number of miles. I don't know. Let's say about 500 miles. Okay. Now they ask you, did you have any of the available for personal use? No. Was your vehicle available for personal use during off-duty hours? No. Did you have evidence to support your deduction? Yes. If yes, is the evidence written? Yes. As you can see, then you're going to show proof of that. Remember, when I showed that expensive, this is all going to be proof. If you do get audited, you better show some type of thing. Remember, when I showed the vehicle expenses over here, they're going to ask those questions on the bottom. So again, if I change this to $800 or show stuff, it's going to go on the bottom. But you got to show some type of receipt or proof. All the items that I'm showing, you're not going to be making this up. I'm doing this just to show you guys how to do it. But if you're going to be doing this to, just to make your customers happy, guess what? I'm telling you something right now, it will come back to haunt you. As a tax preparer, you're going to make sure all these people have some type of proof to show. More or less likely, these people will have some type of proof because they're not going to make something up. I mean, hopefully not, but if they do, it's on them. But you will have some type of proof, like documentation and stuff like that. Can you show me that? Again, like if they tell you like, oh, besides my business, I was also taking care of my child, you're gonna show childcare expenses. Make sure if you do that, they have some type of proof. Or education expenses. If they go to school, school tends to give you some type of educational expense worksheet. All these stuff that you do, they will definitely show you something. So keep in mind, it's very important whenever you do this type of stuff, you have some type of proof to show. And let me see what else. Hopefully, I'm helping you guys out to fill this out. Again, I know how to feel, what the feeling is when you're doing your taxes for the first time. You never have experience, and you want to do it. All of this looks like like foreign, but I'm telling you, like once you get the hang of it, it becomes really easy. Everyone struggles once in a while, but once you get the hang of it, anything you'll get used to it. I want to show you guys something else. Let me see, where is that part? Or did I miss it? Hold on a sec. Oh, that might be it actually. I want to make sure. Okay, this. Is this it? Huh, strange. Might not be it. Well, actually, it might be it. Hold on a sec. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that was it. This is other expenses. As you can see on top, all this, where is it again? All of this from 8 till all the way down to 26, you could put it up. But you see 27, other expenses from line 48. Well, guess what? You can use other expenses as well. So some of the stuff, it doesn't apply. But let's say like you had your vehicle that I was talking about. You use car wash. You use, oil change. Obviously because you have a business, you put like $12. I mean, too expensive, but whatever. Oil change and everything. You can put other related items over here. The one doesn't fit over here, but keep that in mind. You can do that. But as you can see now, your stuff keeps going down and down and down. But what I'm showing you is basics. Basics just in order for you to do it. Again, read each questions carefully. If it does apply to you, again, you need to do it. If not, then leave it blank. Again, cost of goods sold. Again, if it applies to you, if not, keep it blank. I don't use it. It doesn't make sense for me to use it. If it does, I'll look for it and I'll read it. I'll research it, and if it applies to me, I'll do it. Other expenses. Again, all this stuff and everything, it goes through. Let me go over here on the top. So basically, that's how you fill out a simple Schedule C form. I will show you again how to fill out a Schedule E. I will show you how to fill out the other schedules, Schedule A, Schedule D. It's just for me to show you. Again, if you just want to go for the basics, again, last name, first name, social security number, occupation, date of birth, email address if you need it, phone number, their address, obviously where they live, you need their address, the federal filing status, whatever it is, dependents if they have any. Going on the bottom, earned income credit questions, just answer those questions. It's all about answering these questions. You're going to click on, because you're going to be filing electronically, this one and this one. If it is amendment, obviously we'll go through it, but again, it's another video. That's just the basic. Then you can always go back to Schedule C, fill out your Schedule C like how I showed you. Again, you might have to go with some of these questions. It might be different than what I'm showing you, but the basics, at least I wanted to show you at least. Obviously this might be a yes or no, depends. If it is, whatever it is, you go on the bottom, you put in the grocery store, principal, business, or profession. You could be an owner, or you could be an Uber driver. Basically, that's what they're basically asking for. I put grocery store over here, but this is a business name. The John grocery store is a business name. Whatever you are, basically, you're going to be over here, whatever it is. Going over here, the address of the business, not your home address, but the address of the business. You're getting paid cash. and that's how you fill that out. And once you do that, again, you show expenses like I showed you over here, all this good stuff. You show expenses, and basically that's it. That's how you fill out a Schedule C. Again, other parts or for other stuff is too much information for me to give. If I started going that, it would be a 5-hour lesson, and I don't think so anyone wants to wait over here for 5 hours just to listen to me. But that being said, that's about it. Thank you again, guys, for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any other questions, comment, concern, please comment, like, subscribe. I'll try my best to help you out as much as possible to clarify any confusion you guys have. Thank you again, guys, for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it.